Hello viewers, this is Dr. Muhammad Iftikhar Aslam from Pakistan. Today I'm going to present my lecture on Heartwater disease, which is also known as Cowdriosis, Malcopsiecte, pericardite exudative infectious, hydrocarditis infecciosa, and hydropericardite de ruminante. In today's lecture, we will cover information regarding the organism that causes Heartwater and its epidemiology. We'll also talk about the economic impact the disease had in the past and could have in the future. Additionally, we'll talk about how it is transmitted, the disease species it affects, clinical signs, necropsy findings, and diagnosis and treatment of this disease. Finally, we'll address the prevention and control measures for this disease as well as the actions to take if Heartwater is suspected. Ehrlichia ruminantium, formerly known as Cowdria, is a rickettsial bacterium. This organism is pleomorphic. Several different genotypes can coexist in a geographic area and may recombine to form new strains. The organism is an obligatory intracellular parasite. The organism initially reproduces in macrophages, then invades and multiplies in endothelial cells, especially in the brain of ruminants. It cannot survive outside a living host for more than a few hours at room temperature. The untreated non-native cattle, sheep, and goats often have morbidity rates approaching 100%. The death rates of 80% have been reported in merino sheep and Angora goats. Persian and African sheep are resistant to Heartwater with a mortality rate of 6%. Occasional cases of Heartwater have also been reported in other wild ruminants in Africa. Heartwater was suspected to be the cause of death of a dromedary, but this was not proven. Heartwater is primarily transmitted by the ticks of genus Amblyomma. At least 12 species of Amblyomma ticks have been shown to transmit Ehrlichia ruminantium. The immature stages feed on a variety of livestock, wild ungulates, ground birds, small mammals, reptiles, and amphibians. Ticks acquire the infection by feeding on acutely ill or subclinically infected animals. Thereafter, they probably retain the infection for life. Infected sheep and cattle remain infective to ticks for about 6 to 8 months, respectively. Some wild ruminants remain infective for 6 months. Others can become asymptomatic carriers. Heartwater causes severe disease in cattle, sheep, goats, and water buffalo. Mild disease in some indigenous African breeds of sheep and goats, and inapparent disease in the several species of antelope indigenous to Africa, such as blesbok, wild beast, eland, and springbok. Most wildlife species appear to carry the organism asymptomatically. The clinical signs and lesions of Heartwater are representative of the injury to vascular endothelium and resulting increase in vascular permeability. The incubation period ranges from 14 to 28 days, typically being shorter in sheep and goats than in cattle. The diseases can be peracute, which is a rare, acute, which is most common, subacute, which is also rare, or mild or subclinical. Severity of the disease is determined by various strains of Heartwater agent and animal susceptibility. The most common form of Heartwater is acute form. This is seen in both non-native and indigenous domestic ruminants. Animals develop a sudden high fever, loss of appetite, depression, and respiratory distress, and tachypnea. Some animals, particularly cattle, may also develop diarrhea. Nervous disorders can also follow and can be seen as excessive chewing movements, incoordination, head tilting upwards, overly rigid posture, and walking with a high stepping gait. The mild form of the disease is called as Heartwater fever. It is present in some affected regions among indigenous domestic breeds with resistance or partial immunity to Heartwater young ruminants such as cows, lambs, and kids, and native antelope species and some other wild ruminants. The only symptom may be a transient fever. There are two other forms of Heartwater that are rarely seen. The pre-acute form of Heartwater is rare and typically occurs in non-native breeds of cattle, sheep, and goats introduced into an exotic area. Heavily pregnant cows are especially prone to develop the pre-acute form of the disease. The sudden death is typical manifestation for this form. Clinical signs of the subacute form include prolonged fever and coughing due to edema of the lungs. Animals may show mild incoordination and will either recover in 1 to 2 weeks or succumb to death. Tetracycline antibiotics, especially oxytetracycline, are very effective in the treatment of Heartwater when used during the early febrile stages of the disease. Treatment is usually ineffective if the first done of oxytetracycline is not administered until after neurological signs appear. Animals often die before the treatment can be administered. Ehrlichia ruminantium cannot survive outside a living host for more than a few hours at room temperature. For this reason, the Heartwater is usually introduced in infected animals, including asymptomatic carriers, or in ticks. In Heartwater-free countries, susceptible ruminants from endemic regions are tested before importation. All animals that may carry Amblyomma, including non-ruminant species, must be inspected for ticks before entry. Quarantine results are forwarded to veterinary officer in charge at federal and state levels. The vaccination currently consists of infection with a live Ehrlichia ruminantium strain, then treatment with the antibiotics when a fever develops. The only commercial vaccine available is made from the blood of sheep infected with live Ehrlichia ruminantium organisms BAL3 strain. The vaccine is administered intravenously into the jugular vein at a dosage of 3 milliliter for cattle, sheep, and goats, irrespective of age or size. Improved vaccines are in development. Well, that's the end of our today's lecture. Thank you.